So welcome back, guys, to the Can I Do It Better Than Graham Potter series. I promise by the time this comes out, I will probably have a better catchy title, but at the moment, I don't, and that's what we're going with. Now, first thing to discuss and to talk about is in the real world, last season, Chelsea got knocked out of two tournaments. I believe the FA Cup. Let me just double check. Yes, so they were knocked out in the FA Cup by Manchester City. They were also knocked out of the Carabao Cup by Manchester City. Now, obviously, things have been a little bit more successful for myself, but if I just pay attention to this little bit here, there's a potential that by the end of today's episode, Chelsea could get knocked out of the FA Cup by Manchester City, but this time of the Champions League by Manchester City. So it turns out the alternative world where I'm the manager and Potter isn't doesn't turn out much different than the real world, where in fact Manchester City could be the make or break of our season, which is ironic because obviously they went on to do the treble, so we could ruin their chances of having success this season. So maybe in this universe, we get the better of Chelsea, of Manchester City, not the other way around. Who knows? But we are going to find out. I just wanted to highlight how ironic and typical that we would be stuck with Manchester City in the real world. And we also get stuck with Manchester City in my alternative world here. But let's just have a look over the fixtures that we have been through. I mean, we did get beat by Arsenal, which was a painful one because we got beat. It was only 1-0, but we got beat by them. But then we made it against West Ham. And then I'm embarrassed to say, no offence Celtic fans, that we got beat 1-0 away to Celtic. Was it away? Yep, away to Celtic, which was difficult. And they deserved that win. That wasn't a lucky 1-0. We just couldn't, whatever worked, it wouldn't work. And then we absolutely battered Man United. Then we beat Swansea in the FA Cup. We got absolutely battered again by Liverpool. There seems to be this hit and miss going on at the moment with ourselves. We did redeem it back against Celtic again to put ourselves through there. And obviously the FA Cup quarter-final victory against Brentford, which is fine. We then went and beat our rivals Tottenham 2-1. That was a good win. Bournemouth as well. Then Villa. That was a tough one to take. And then Manchester City. And then we go and absolutely batter Newcastle. So at the moment, I'd say we're consistently inconsistent, if you want to call that. 1 minute we get battered by Arsenal. And then we go and beat Man United. Then was it Man United? Then we got battered by Liverpool, but then we outplayed Tottenham. Now, I know it's not the same thing, but you get the point there. And I'd just like to highlight a few individuals within this team. I mean, Kai Havertz, in all competitions, he has scored 27 goals for this season, which I think is absolutely cracking for someone who realistically was not meant to be a striker. But 27 goals in all competitions. Weirdly, not that many in the league, though. In the league, well, 17 in the league, sorry. But still, let's just talk about this man. Now, this man he's the definition of Raheem Sterling. He is amazing and frustrating all at the same time. So he's contributed with 20 goal contributions, 13 goals and 7 assists. However, the amount of times this season and in between videos where he gets himself in such great positions and always makes the wrong decision. Now, I get, it's a bit Raheem Sterling-like. And Raheem Sterling, for me, but he is a world-class player. But the one frustration was the fact that he gets in these amazing positions and makes the wrong decision. And he's cost us a few goals by doing so this season. So I just wanted to express my frustration about Raheem Sterling, which I'm sure many of you have done in the past yourselves. But that is more than I can say about the other winger, this guy. Now, as you can see, this guy has played how many times for us? 4 times since we've signed him. He's played for us. Now, I know it is April, but we signed him in January. 4 times because, honestly, out of all the right-side midfielders, I thought I'd got myself a bargain, but he spends more time. He's always injured. He's always injured, and it's really frustrating because he just never plays. He just never plays. So I have to chalk this one down so far as a bad signing. This one hasn't worked out or been very successful so far. I mean, Milinkovic-Savic is doing really, really great there in the middle. Can't really knock that one there. I think he's a cracking signing, and I think with Taremi as well. Taremi is he's an interesting signing. I mean, don't forget, obviously, in real life, Chelsea went and signed, I think it was João Felix, they brought in January. Now, he turned out to be a great player, and he did someone I look at. I did look at the game just to see how I could do better with him, but they weren't interested in loan and the amount of money they were wanting for him. It just wasn't realistic, so we had to go for realistic signings. Now, Taremi is a good player, but again, he's not setting the world alight. So maybe in terms of the transfer front, I've maybe not done much better than Potter. Obviously, I've had more success with the team in itself, the original team. I've had more success, but maybe in terms of my ability to do a transfer with this team, maybe not, because realistically, other than Milinkovic-Savic, I'm still with the starting 11 we had from the beginning of the season. Not really added. I've added depth, but not added to the starting 11. So that's probably the jury's still out on that one, I think. But here we are. We find ourselves in an interesting position. Far better position, of course, than obviously Chelsea found themselves in real life. So I think it's safe to say, in comparison to Chelsea's league campaign, I think it's safe to say I outstandingly beat Potter there, just easily. I know it's FM, but I'm allowed to brag. That's the whole point of this series. However, I do have a question. If I don't win the FA Cup and if I don't win the Champions League, bearing in mind I'm in the quarterfinal of the Champions League, if you completely forget that last season existed, so forget that Chelsea finished 12th. If the season finished now, where I say I finish 4th and win no trophies, completely disregarding last season, would Chelsea fans consider this a successful season or not? I'm just curious. Just curious what Chelsea fans think. Would this be considered a successful Chelsea season if you completely disregard last season? Because realistically, if you're counting last season of 12th, which is technically this season, then obviously any sort of Europe, any sort of success is a successful season. But for the Chelsea standard, would no trophies in a 4th place league finish be considered a successful season? Also, we do have one consideration to make when it comes to the Manchester City fixtures, is which one do we prioritise? And I'm saying that because of the lack of time between the games. Obviously, there's 2 days between each game. Is it the Champions League or is it the FA Cup? I mean, we're more likely to win the FA Cup than we are the Champions League. But you can't get to the quarterfinal of the Champions League and not go all out. So, I think I'm just going to have to go for both and see what happens. I think it'd be silly not to. Now, what I am hoping for, guys, obviously the first leg of the Champions League was 0-0 at Chelsea, so it is just a straight shootout. What I am hoping for, guys, is if you see on my other series on my channel, the Portsmouth series, around about this time, or maybe probably a few weeks ago, we are going through a bit of a run where we are unable to win games when recording. I'm hoping, whilst recording this episode, it isn't going to spill onto this series, because I could really do with a few more victories, especially now. And I hope this isn't the time where the series is going to decide not letting me win on television. We do also have Christian Pulisic back, which I think I'm going to start over. I'm going to start over Gonzalez, because, as I said, he's got fitness issues. That just pretty much sums up what I've been trying to say. We have had a loss of Jorginho. This is going to be a big loss for ourselves. Because obviously he was the only one that realistically could play there. Obviously, I think Mason Mount's got to start. So I'm going to put Mason Mount in there. And, yeah, I mean, you've got to start Havertz. So here's your lineup in the second leg of the Champions League. Chilwell, Thiago Silva, Fofana and James. Chalobah in there. So I'm going to move to that just because I think he's better suited to it. Mount, Milinkovic-Savic, Sterling on the left, Pulisic on the right, and Kai Havertz up front. Let's get into the game straight away. We are the ones in yellow, gold, whichever you want to put it. The ones that have just immediately lost the ball. Just the start you want. Please don't say De Bruyne is good. Oh, for the love of God. I mean, score. I mean, well, we're 1-0 down already after 3 minutes. What a cracking start. Absolutely held them off for 90 minutes. Drew with them in the league. Yeah, Champions League quarter-final, when it really matters, 1-0 down after 3 minutes. So I may have to consider, maybe taking a more counter-attacking approach. Is this... Yep, I think, again, I know I'm bottling it early. I know, but... I'm not saying this is going to work, but I'm sat there thinking, maybe do I run at the defence? I know I usually get more success when I'm more expressive, but I don't think this is the team to just run from positions against. I'm hoping it's dangerous, I know, but if I sit back a little bit, and maybe get him on the counter attack. I know I do have Raheem Sterling on the pitch, so that could mean absolutely nothing. Knowing for what he's like. Can we do anything? Ooh. I mean, we could do James there. Come on, anything? Oh. Get the ball, get the ball, get the ball. Oh, come on. Well, it's frustrating, but we seem to have picked up a little bit. So it definitely seems like it could be a good move. I mean, whether it pays off, we yet to see, but come on. I mean, we're keen. Definitely keen. I never expect us to have the majority of the possession. That's probably... Come on. Come on. Oh, what was that for a first touch? Oh, this team. I mean, we did this against Celtic. I mean, we played worse than this against Celtic, but this is Manchester City. I kind of get it, but come on. Come on. You've scored 27 goals this season. And in one of the biggest moments of the season, you bottled it. Oh, I mean, guys, it's frustrating beyond belief. Let's not waste any time. Let's just get straight back into it. I mean, we've definitely... I mean, I really wish I'd have maybe started out being a bit more sit back and counter-attack. We are successful if we're nipping at their ankles and getting the ball, making mistakes, but At the moment, that one sloppy goal from us is what's going to take us out of this Champions League. One sloppy goal. It's going to be a kicker if we lose out to this goal. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I was just about to take Sterling off as well. But Chilwell there. Mount straight into... That's fantastic. Come on. It's not over yet. Let's not make another mistake now. Oh, leave him with all that space. Come on. Get after it. Get after it. Get after it. Get after it. Come on. Come on. God. You gotta be kidding. Come on, lads. I know I'm shouting as if they can hear me, but... I mean, do I risk it to the end and then make all the changes? So we're going to extra time fresh. Come on. If there's a moment, this is the moment. Ah. Come on, get after them. Come on, get us to extra time. Get us to don't let them run in. Oh, you just let Aki go from their goal to ours. This just got interesting. This just got interesting. Come on. Straight up. Why did you pass it straight to them? You passed it straight to them. Why? It's like this team don't want to win. Come on, anyone. I was literally on the attack. My God. It's time to make some changes, I think. Mount's playing really well. I've gone all out. I've made all the changes. We've got Koulibaly on, Zachary, Kovacic on. We've placed Havertz as well, which is I didn't really want to do, and I've brought Gonzalez on. So you know, his 5th appearance is if it's the time to prove me wrong. Now is the time to do it. I mean, maybe I do bring Cucurella on, do I? Yes! Yes! I mean, there's still time yet. There's still time yet, but come on. And the worst thing is I'm going to replace him now. Because he's knackered. Come on, don't now. Come on. Oh, all that space. Come on, lads. Come on. Let's be more disciplined. I don't really want to not run at them because I don't really want to... I don't really want to discourage or encourage them to just sit on top of us. Come on. Oh, I mean, come on. Still don't have a good feeling about this. Oh, I mean, that was sloppy. Come on. Can we... Nobody left really, have I? Oh, am I allowed to make any more substitutions? No, I'm not. Come on. I guess nothing happened from that corner. I mean, come on. Come on. Come on, we're so close. We're so close. Oh. Don't lose the ball now. Don't lose the ball now. Don't lose the ball now. That's losing the ball. Come on. Yes! Come on. I know it's a quarter final of the Champions League. I know it means nothing yet because it's only the quarter final of the Champions League. But nevertheless, quarter final of the Champions League, we have beat Manchester City 2-1 in their own ground. Well, this episode is already going way better than I thought it was going to. I have no idea who we get next in the Champions League, but that's not the point. The point is in this world, Manchester City do not knock us out of 2 tournaments. We knock them out of their prize asset that they won this season. Not in my world do you win the Champions League. Not in my world. All right, I've got to be excited there. I know, all right. And how are we rewarded with a victory over Manchester City? A 2-legged tie against Barcelona. I mean, and if we can get through this one, we play Liverpool or Real Madrid in the final. So, yeah. I mean, if anything's to go by, we know who wins that tie. Now, can we do a double header against Manchester City whilst recording? Now, this could be very naive of me, but what I have done is I have replicated the tactics I used for the last game against them. I mean, why wouldn't I? But this time, I've done it from the beginning. It is the same lineup against Manchester City again. This time, neutral ground, Wembley. But I am balanced. I am running at defence. I have sat back a little bit. And maybe this time, obviously we don't have Sterling in there. Maybe this time we have a little bit more success early on, and we try not to go behind. But let's get into it. Straight to kick off. Let's go. This time we've got 19 minutes. Well, we have got extra. No, we haven't got extra time, have we? Is it straight to penalties? I can't remember with this one. Either way, let's not leave it to any doubt. Pulic in again already? Ooh. I mean, if we last a minute more, we've already started better than we did in the Champions League, so... And it does look like we are going to start better than we did in the Champions League, so that's a positive start, I guess. We do seem to be on the front foot in this one. Again, I'm not going to count my chickens yet, but this does seem to be a pretty good tactic against Manchester City. Doesn't mean I can't score an early goal, though. Let's not have that. Could we be... I mean, we need to nick it back a bit quicker, I think. I mean, I can't even say they've started their best team, have they? I don't think they have. I mean, what's that? Cole Palmer, Alvarez instead of Haaland, as he's injured. I mean, Stones, man. Come on. And they've got Ortega in goal instead of Ederson, so... I get it's the cup, but you'd think now they're out the Champions League, it's, they'd want to make sure that they didn't get out of 2 tournaments in a row. I mean, I'm not saying they will yet, but feels a bit weird being at Chelsea and being a counter-attacking team, but, you know, Chelsea Football Club. Weird seeing them not dominate for a while, to be honest. Obviously, I get why Manchester City dominating, but when you remember the likes of Drogba, Lampard, Terry, and that era, they were very, very, very good. It would be interesting to see where the Mourinho team would do against this Manchester City team. Ooh, that Cole Palmer's causing some issues on that right hand side. I think they were interested in selling him, if I remember rightly, but come on, we need to do something. Ooh. I mean, it's been a bit more 50-50 this first half, which I guess is all right, but I guess they're not going to be played for fools with this tactic the whole game. Come on, Gonzalez, do something. It's like that. Do that. Do that. Pulisic, man. Honestly, he's been out for a short while, and I didn't think we'd miss him that much. But since he's come back, he's been on fire, man. Big player in the big moments this season. It's like he's come back at the perfect time. Come on, don't mess. I mean, I say don't mess. Got ages to go yet. But they're going to fancy this here, like, as a penalty. Yeah. Oh, it would be, wouldn't it? It bloody would be. Ruben Loftus Cheek. Oh. I sold him joking around how I'd be devastated he was going, and happily sold him to Manchester City because they were willing to give me as much as £30 million for him. And it's, yeah, fair enough. I guess that's karma for you, isn't it? Ooh, nearly. Well, that's half time, guys. No point messing about. You can do better than that. Keep going. Let's get a second goal. Of all the players, it would be Loftus Cheek. No, I'd say all we need is Raheem Sterling to score, but he isn't playing, so. Do we have any ex-City players in the team? No. No. Come on. Anyway, we're getting sloppy with the ball now. Lincoln Savage is awesome in that midfield, though. He's after everything. Which is exactly what you want in your box-to-box. Come on. I realise most of this second half at the moment is just me going, But it's yeah. Oh, I'm not substituting Pulisic off yet. Don't be daft. I don't really want to. Come on. Come on. Don't be getting outdone by Stones. Come on. Right. We're getting in their groove now, aren't we? We just need to be able to, it's so deserved as well. It's so deserved. So deserved. This second half, they've been absolutely all over us. It's so deserved. I don't really want to change the tactics though, because it works. We're dangerous with it, but come on. Get in. These are the two of the most intense game I think I've ever recorded. And you want me to take him off for Cucurella? You're joking, aren't you? I'm not taking Havertz off. Doesn't mean we're stupid though and bloody... Come on. I think the key bit here has been where we've been able to match to a degree is we're not the better team, but we have the ability to run at them. Or you sit back and run at them and oh! That was so close. My God, I'm making a meal of this, Anna. Come on, Havertz. That was his 28th goal of the season, so I can't really knock him for his contribution to the season. But I'd like him to contribute just... Come on. One more goal. Contribute one more goal to the season. Come on. Oh, now would have been the time. That would have been a perfect time. Come on. Never score set pieces. Score a piece. Never mind. Come on. Straight after it. Straight after it. Straight after it. Come on. Get the ball in the box. I mean, that was pathetic. That was absolutely rubbish. Right, okay. Another Manchester City Cup game. Another extra time. So again, I've gone big, made the substitutions. Fresh legs all round. The only place I haven't done fresh leg, which I may regret, is on the wings, which is kind of where our strength is. So that may not have been the wisest decision. I kind of want to make... I can't bring one more on. It can only be... What's your best position? I don't care what it is. Well, that's not good, is it? Is he better over here? Is he better as a vert wing over there? That's fine. That's fine, because you're the ones with the legs, aren't you? So... And can I bring him on as well? No. So I've brought Callum Hudson-Odoi of all players. So to get us through to the final, we're relying on the likes of Gallagher, Zachary, and Callum Hudson-Odoi. I mean, if they want to earn themselves a chance to play more, now is the chance to do it. I mean, is this one to go to penalties? I have no faith in us on penalties. I don't have faith in any of my teams on penalties. Ooh. Especially when there's a bunch of kids on there. Not kids, but, you know, inexperienced players in that position. Come on, don't get sloppy. Poor Havertz, he can only do so much. I get they're playing with more freedom, but doesn't mean we're going to. Come on. Last moment. Oh, I mean... Looks like it's going to be penalty shootouts unless we do something from this corner, which I doubt. No. So, if we can win this game... I mean, it seems a bit daft that poor. You know what? You can go in there. If you're nervous, mate, I ain't giving you it. So come on, first penalty, terrible angle, scored. And I'm glad we're taking it first. I know it's on the game, but I guess it puts a little bit of pressure on. Although he didn't even hesitate there, did he? Come on, Havertz, man. Okay. I mean, this has been a cracking doubleheader. I mean, he didn't even try there, did you, lad? I should have brought Kepper on, since he insists on being there for penalties. Ooh, that was close. Come on. Yes! Come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't mess it up. Oh, why did you may as well have just passed it to him. May as well have just passed it to him. Sorry, Stones ain't missing, no. Cracking play. Why? Okay, so they have to score this. They have to score. Otherwise, we're through to an FA Cup final. Oh, we're screwed. They've got so much better depth than we have. We are so screwed. Come on. Oh, come on. We don't even look close. Oh, no. This is going to be... I mean, they're all proving me wrong. Absolute cracking penalties. But... he just stood there and watched him. Oh, no, 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 no. I have no faith in my team, and that every single one of them is proving me wrong. And I know that's not a bad thing, but still, I have no faith in this team. It could be here a while. It just... is everyone seeing this? Because... I mean, he's literally just stepping forward and letting it go past him. Twice now. Like... there's a weird animation for a penalty save. Yes! Yes! Finally! My God. Ugh. Coming into this episode today, I was not expecting to finish the episode beating Manchester City twice. I was thinking we'd have been lucky if we'd have got them in either of the victories, but the fact is we've knocked Manchester City out of both tournaments. In the real world, they knocked Chelsea out of 2 tournaments, but in my world, we knocked them out of 2 tournaments. Pretty much. They have to win the league or they've had a failed season. And I think now, I pose the question again to Chelsea fans. If you were in FA Cup final, if you were in a Champions League semi-final, and still in the title race with 6 games to go, I don't think we'll win that. Is this classed as a successful season to Chelsea standards? Now, I'd say so. But I'm not a Chelsea fan, so I wouldn't really know what Chelsea fans expect there. So I think it's safe to say, guys, that then we are going to be back for the Barcelona game. We will keep an eye on the league as well, as that is not done and dusted. That is not over with yet. 4 games, 4 points behind is not the end of the world. But we are going to be back for the Champions League semi-final. And we're going to go play both games there. Hopefully, it's just as intense, but also just as successful as this episode. Where, I mean, look at that. Manchester City. I did not expect us to go through. But nevertheless, I will be back for both Barcelona games. And then, after that, for the final episode of Can I Do It Better Than Graham Potter, we will play the FA Cup final, where we can summarise the season. And then, hopefully, lift a trophy at the end of it. And if we beat Barcelona, then we'll hopefully try and lift 2 trophies at the end of it. But thank you very much for joining me in this intense, longish episode of me just shouting at the screen and getting more with my hair through each game. There have been 2 very, very intense but fun and successful games. It's nice to know I've figured out the formula to beat Manchester City. Well, at least on here anyway. But guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for all the support you do give me. And if you do enjoy this episode and you are enjoying the series and you'd like to see more series like this, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the episode. And guys, I'll see everybody at the new camp.